beautiful and quiet here. I can just hear the wind and the birds and the drops of rain hitting the forest floor. It's just magical. This is what I come here for, a bit of solitude. So this track that I'm on, it's a tricky track to find solitude on, to be honest, because it's so close to the road and close to a major highway that connects the east coast of New Zealand with the west coast of New Zealand. It's a really popular track, and that's why I've never done it before, because I prefer to go places where I'm guaranteed not to find anybody. I am probably going to go off the track about 1 kilometre before the hut and head through the tussocks and through the trees and see if I can find a nice little quiet spot that's sheltered from the wind and close to a water source. I want to get my tent set up before the heavy rain sets in and sit underneath the rain tarp, make some beautiful food, listen to the sound of the rain and hang out with you guys. That's my plan. As with all my trips, I have my plans, but I never quite know what's going to happen. So let's go and figure it out.
Woo! It is wild. Ah, it's wild up here. Oh my gosh. Ah, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm having to hold on to my raincoat to keep my hat on. I'm sorry I'm yelling, and I'm sorry if the footage is is crazy. Well, I'm not sorry. I want you guys to experience what I get to experience. That's the whole point of this, isn't it? You get to come along for the real journey, not the, polished version. And this is what it's like up here, you guys. So needless to say, I am going to be looking for a camping spot that's sheltered from this northwest wind. I'll just tuck in behind here. So, the wind's coming from the northwest. In the early morning it'll change to the south when the snow arrives. Snow south when the southern hemisphere snow comes from. Down at the pole. So, yes. I think the priority is finding somewhere that is sheltered from the northwest. I'm not going to worry too much about the snow because the wind that's supposed to come along with it is supposed to be really light, so that shouldn't be too bad. Right, I think I have found a perfect spot. I just love this. This is really, really nice. We've got soft ground underfoot, a little bit mossy, but a bit of a raised area just here, so hopefully the water doesn't accumulate. Space to put the tent, trees to tie the rain tarp off to, and an incredible view, which I'm not going to show you just yet. I'm going to get stuck in and get the tent and the tarp set up. I want to get a cup of tea on the go, some warm clothes on, and get ready to have some lunch because it's quite late now, and then I'm going to show you the view. So stick around because it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. to have good quality wet weather gear. I needed it today. I'm pretty sure that oh dear, what do you call this? Oh my gosh, my brain just turns to mush sometimes. Concealer, makeup, probably the last thing you expect to find in a tent in the mountains. Girl's gonna be a girl. What do you think about the view? Such a lovely outlook from the tent. Just kind of sheltered a little bit under the trees, or just in this little alcove here. But I can still see a little bit of the tarn. It stretches way around that side. So I'll take you for a walk a little bit later and we'll go and have a look. As you can tell, there's still some pretty big gusts of wind. I've left the camera microphone on rather than the wireless microphone because I want to give you a sense of how it is. I'll switch you over soon so it's easier to hear me. To hear the sounds of the rain on the tent. It's beautiful. So I decided that I would just get the tent set up and take shelter in the tent for a while. When I say shelter, I mean just relax, just enjoy this place from the tent. I have got my rain tarp, but it's still really windy and it just gets a little bit chaotic and crazy when you've got the tarp blowing all over the place when you're trying to set it up. I'm actually really happy just sitting in the tent and relaxing. I've arrived here fairly early. I mean, this is a late lunch, but I've arrived here early. Early for me, it's 2:30 p.m. That is early for me. I'm normally like struggling into camp just before dark. That's how it feels. And daylight saving has started in New Zealand, so a few days ago this would have been 1:30. So yeah, it actually feels nice and early for me. So that's why I'm having my lunch at what probably would be 1:30. But it's 2:30. So I think I'm just going to have a cup of tea, have my lunch, just listen to the rain, just relax. And then I'm going to get my wet weather gear back on and take you for a walk so we can have a look around. When the wind dies down, which is probably going to be closer to dinner time, then I'll put the tarp up and we can sit out. And I'm contemplating having a fire, but if it's very windy and the wind doesn't die down, then I probably won't. I like to not have like this swirling smoke and chaos going on. So I've got my dry kindling here, my little bit that I gathered along the way, and we'll see how we go. If the conditions allow it, we'll have a fire, and if not, it's going to be great anyway. What I'm really looking forward to is tomorrow morning when it snows, even if we don't get the snow here, Mount Bruce and mid-tarn are going to look amazing. They're going to look so beautiful because they will definitely get snow. Oh dear, I had to rescue you. Oh, yuck. Let's get you inside. Sure you can hear them. There's a couple of ducks and they've just worked out I'm here. I don't want to disturb them, but I just want to go down and have a look at the tarn. What we might do is go around the other way. I'm having to hide from the ducks. Literally, I'm hiding from the ducks. As long as they can't see me, they're happy. But if they see me, they start their squawk. And I mean, that's fair enough, isn't it? It's their habitat. It's where they live. I'm just the visitor. I just stop to listen to the rain. I can hear the wind in the background. Otherwise, I can just hear the rain hitting the ground and my raincoat. It's just magical. Magical. I was thinking, it's so lovely walking around here, but I had thought I would take you up to the hut, because I thought maybe, you know, if it was like a 10 or 15 minute walk up there, maybe we would do it. But I had a look on the map and I think it's going to be a solid half hour from here, maybe longer. And once we have a bit of a look around up there and do a bit of filming, probably going to be an hour and a half's round trip. And to be honest, I don't want to be rushed today. It's so nice to be at camp with enough time to relax. I want to collect some firewood and make a fire pit. And then I could get my mulled wine going, because that needs to sort of stew for a while. So I think we're going to save the Bearley Spur hut for another trip. I think this is such a beautiful place. I'm going to come back here again, maybe when it's absolutely thundering down with rain. I mean, this is pretty solid rain, but maybe if we get some real torrential rain and I can be sure no one else will be up at the hut. Well, you can never guarantee it, can you? It would be lovely to stay in a hut when there's just atrocious weather outside. You might be thinking right now, isn't this atrocious weather? This is just fun. This is lovely. I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying this. This is good. ridiculously long time to get this tarp set up. This little Rab Stiltarp is nice. I like it because it's small and lightweight, but it's not going to be my all-time go-to tarp, and the reason for that is it doesn't have a ridge line. The ridge line creates rigidity, and you can pull tight across the ridge to give it that structure and then kind of work on the corners. This one doesn't have a ridge line. It was difficult. Also because it's small, there's no way really to have it covering the entrance to the tent and have enough space out here to sit and light a fire, because I don't want to light a fire anywhere near this grass or that tree. So I really want it to be over here. So in the end, I just put my tarp separately to the tent. The tent's absolutely fine. The only reason I would ever cover the tent with the tarp is to make it easy for getting in and out, and also so that I don't have this hideously wet tent and tarp, because they're heavy to carry when they're wet. So I'm going to I put the mat down in the tent, but it's not really designed for the tent, it's actually designed for here in the eating area. I've got my old DD Hammocks tarp that I'm turning into a ground sheet now that it's ripped on the corners, so it's still perfectly fine as a protective waterproof mat. So I'm going to put that here, and then the nice quilted mat on top of it, and bring all the food stuff out here, and then I'm going to get the fire started. But before I do that, I have one more chore. I'm going to show you. I have a little problem. Here is my little problem. I'm sure you can see it without me even zooming in. So this area that I set the tent up on is raised, but it has a relative dip right there. And as you can see, I've already tried to dig away some of the ground. So I'm going to need to do a little bit more of that. I just need to find where the lowest area is and dig a little channel. The ground's got lots and lots of roots underneath, so it makes it quite difficult. But yeah, I need to try and make a channel to let that water drain. Fortunately, this Zempire, no, what am I saying? It's not a Zempire, this is an Exped Venus 2 tent, is very well made. I've had it for years, I love it, so dependable. And the bathtub floor is fantastic. So I have no concerns really about the water getting through, but all the same, I don't really want to be lying in a pool of water. It's going to be cold, and I'm really testing the floor in a way that it needn't be tested if I can help it. So I might have to get my axe and chop through some of these roots, because it makes it really difficult. naughty. I've been in and out, moving the camera and racing off to get pieces of wood and wash my hands without putting my raincoat back on. So I am a little bit damp. Hopefully the fire will dry me out. My windbreak. So for dinner tonight I have got salmon with broccoli and pak choy, and I've got some instant mashed potato that's mashed potato and cauliflower, so that's going to be interesting. Sounds really tasty. Summer is coming, so my days of mulled wine on camps are numbered. I'm really looking forward to summer actually. Just looking forward to some slightly different styles of camps. I want to be able to do some lightweight camps. And it's hard to go light when you need a lot of gear. And you need a lot of gear when it's cold or when it's snowing or raining heavily. You just don't want to take the risk that you'll get wet or cold. Cheers! Yum! Thank you, Michelle, for my mulled wine. I don't think dinner's going to take long at all because the mashed potato is like instant. It's ready really quickly. And the salmon is cooked already, just needs to be heated up. And the pak choy and broccoli can be al dente, so it's not going to take long. But I'm honestly not in a hurry. It's just so nice to sit here and watch the fire. Can you hear that rumbling in the background? It's a train. Ooh, we got rain coming in. So we've got potato and cauliflower mash with aged cheddar, hot smoked salmon with cracked pepper, pak choy, broccoli, parsley and coriander. The only thing missing is a little bit of lemon, which I thought about bringing and then didn't. I'm thinking about retreating into the tent. Either that or I need to bring the tarp down. The rain's starting to come in. I'm going to have my dinner first. I think I'm just going to have to move back. There we are. That's better. I've got the tarp up nice and high so that I can see out and enjoy the view, but it does make it tricky when the wind blows from this direction, because then the rain starts coming in. Right, I am going to enjoy this. Oh, this is crazy. It's raining so hard. Whew. Times like this, I'm so grateful that New Zealand doesn't have big predators. I would be so scared if there were. Alright, I just want to find my way down to the part of the town that has these really dark orange
plants because they're quite thick and you can walk on them to get out to the deepest part of the deep part of the tarn. I need to go and fill up my water bottle and get some water in the billy. I'm hoping I'm in the right place. We'll soon find out. I think so. Whoa. Whoa. This is a bit crazy. It's like stepping on top of bushes. Ooh. If I miss them, I'm going to get wet feet. Oh my gosh. It's so hard to see. Little frogs, eh? You see if I miss, I'm going to land there. Awesome, here we go. This will be perfect. Let me not fall in. Doesn't that look great? You can see the bottom. Sorry, I'm juggling a whole lot of lights. So this is going to be my washing up water. Put in my dishes. And this water in my drink bottle. Ooh, hello. Okay. No, I thought they were little critters, but oh yeah, there is a little critter down there. Oh well. I'm going to be boiling this madly. A few leaves going in too. Yeah. Stopped along the way because I found a little pool that looks a whole lot cleaner. There's nothing moving around in it. Let's go. Yeah. Home sweet home. Okay, time to get dry. I've got a towel, which is great. Oh, I'm steaming. Time to get dry. Put on my dry clothes for sleeping in. Get my mat set up and my sleeping bag. I'm going to do my dishes. do my tea and I'll catch up with you later to say goodnight. Oh. I love rainy camps. There's a lot of work involved. So I just can't wait to be tucked up in my sleeping bag, listening to the rain on the tent. So worth it. Well, I've just checked the weather forecast and it's supposed to rain heaviest at about 1 a.m. So this isn't even the heaviest of the rain. And then from about 4 a.m. it's supposed to snow right through till 1 p.m. So as I mentioned earlier, we might not get the snow here. We're only at 1,000 meters. So we'll see. I've got my puffer jacket hanging up there. It's slightly damp. So I'm just hoping that it will dry. And I am cozy in my down sleeping bag. So I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I will see you in the morning. Hopefully there won't be any dramas in the night. If there is, you'll hear from me. It's not stopped, it's just easing. You can feel there's a change in the weather because the wind has picked up. It wasn't forecast to be really windy, but there is a bit. So now I'm warm and cozy in my sleeping bag and just wondering if I get out and head out to take down that tarp. I don't know. I don't want to regret it. Done the right thing. I already had one tarp ripping in the wind overnight on a previous camp. I can't let that happen again. Feel much confident with that done.
Good morning. It's cold in the tent this morning. It's warm in my sleeping bag, but it is cold, cold, cold. There is snow out there on the mountain across from us, but we don't have it right here, which I'm actually really grateful for, because packing up in the snow would be awful. It's going to be hard enough with all this wet gear. But for now, I'm not thinking about packing up. I'm enjoying a coffee. A nice, hot, strong morning coffee. Not a bad outlook for my morning coffee. I have to say, it's pretty darn good. I'm trying to zoom in on Mount Bruce so that you can see the snow, but it's really, really hard to make out because there's so much cloud. You can see a dark line going along sort of through the left-hand side of the frame through to the middle, just above those outcrops of trees, and that's the track. It's the track that takes you up to Lagoon Saddle. So Mount Bruce extends all the way probably to the top of the frame, but you can't see it. Hopefully it clears enough that we get a view. We've got wet snow. It might just start snowing as we leave. I was just thinking as I was packing up the tent, this Exped Venus tent is amazing. It's been a powerhouse. It's so dependable. It's been raining non-stop since we arrived. Non-stop. I mean, you've been watching, it's been non-stop rain, at some points really, really heavy. It's been wet, there's been wet gear in the tent. There was not a single drop of condensation in there. There never is. There never is. It's amazing for that. The inside, like the lining of the tent, so it's got two layers. That yellow lining is made of a fabric that breathes really well, but it retains heat. So in the winter like this, when I zip the tent up, I've got the vents, the doors have got mesh. I open a gap at the top of each door so that there's airflow in the tent, but it's warm in there compared with my little Empire tent, which is all mesh on the inside, and that's cold because the breeze just comes right in. With this one, you don't get the breeze, but it breathes, and so there's no condensation inside. And even though it's been pouring and pouring with rain, not a drop of water has got into the tent. That bathtub floor is incredible. You saw, literally sitting pitched on some little puddles, and in the night when I was lying down with my head on the mat, I could hear the water underneath the tent. It was crazy. But not a drop of water got through that bathtub floor. So, fantastic tent. cold, I'm taking off my really warm layers because I always run hot when I walk. And I hate overheating when I'm walking. I'd rather be a little bit cold because my core body is always really warm as my muscles are working. And so even if I'm a little bit cold on my extremities, it's actually quite invigorating. Much rather that than be sweating underneath my raincoat. The only thing that I've got left to do is to dismantle the fire. Something that's really important to me, and one would hope is important to all people who go out and enjoy the outdoors like this, is to leave no trace. So I take everything back with me, including, I saw my tea bag. My tea bag is down here. Here it is. You know, even something like this, you'd say, oh, it's tea, you know, it's natural. Chuck it in the bushes. I just don't. I just think that if it didn't originate from there, it shouldn't be there, so it needs to go back out with you. Including, I mean, this is not toilet tissue, but including toilet tissue, you know, pack it out with you. Right, so on the leave no trace idea, I want to dismantle the fireplace. The ashes are completely cold. The fire has been sitting out in the rain and sleet all night. So I'm going to dismantle that, get my pack on, and then I'll catch up with you on the track, because I think if it clears a little bit, we might get a nice view. We might just get a view of the fog and clouds, but we'll see what happens. So I'll catch up with you on the track. Amazing. Well, a beautiful view, I think, is a perfect way to end this video. Oh, what a wonderful trip. If you're still watching now, right at the end, you are one of only 20% of viewers. And I just want to say a huge thank you to you, because time is precious. And it means a lot to me that you've taken the time to watch this video. I hope, like me, that you have found some joy and peace and inspiration from the video. The world can be a pretty chaotic and overwhelming place at times, and when we're out in the outdoors, it's just amazing, because you remember that there is so much simplicity in this world and so much good. There's a lot of good in this world. Thank you so much for all the ways that you support me. You guys leave amazing comments and I absolutely love it, so thank you so much. Thank you for liking the video, sharing the video and subscribing. Those things make a really big difference. A huge thank you to my Buy Me a Coffee and YouTube Super Thanks donors, and to my Buy Me a Coffee members. Shout out to my newest member, welcome. I'm in the process of saving up for a not bright orange, lightweight, single person tent for the summer. Something that's going to lighten my pack. And also I'd love to upgrade my camera gear so that I've got a way of filming on the go, moving footage in a way that's a lot more stable, so you guys don't feel sick when you watch it. So with the help of you guys, with your generosity, I am saving towards those things. So a huge thank you to you. I think that brings us to an end. It brings things to an end, which is a little bit sad, but not really, because I'll be out again shortly, and I will do my best to take Indy with me next time. Usual story, didn't bring Indy with me because it's not a national park. I think this is right on the border between a national park and a forest conservation park, but all the same the rule is no dogs here, so no dogs, no dogs. I might sneak in a little bit of footage at the end of this, maybe. I'll see if Indy's home when I get home, because she might be out with the family. But if she's home when I get home, I'll show you what happens when I get home from a trip. She definitely misses me, and I do miss her too. Thanks guys. See you on the next trip. Bye.